Hotel Echo Lima Lima Oscar. Good afternoon, live and direct from London, England, from your host, your guy himself, the one and only and truly DLG repping, bringing you a match review from the G-Tech Stadium, which finished Brentford 0, Arsenal 3. And I am delighted with a overall away performance. Now, that was the most controlling football match we've seen from Arsenal away from home in the Premier League for ages. From the start to the finish, dominated ball possession, performed well off the ball in terms of the pressing. You know, everything that you can associate with Arsenal, they were on it from the start. And that's credit to the players and the way Mikel Arteta set us up. And you can see the way Arsenal are passing that ball about and making movements, to receive the ball, and the way they perform off the ball when they don't have the ball. Arsenal have been criticised in the past. However, when we do have the ball, they're scrapping through it, they're pressing, they're making it uncomfortable for any outfield player possible, and they're pressing from the front instead of waiting for the ball to get to the midfield area, and then they're actually pressing from the front instead of pressing in the midfield to the defensive areas, and that is a massive credit to the manager there. And I thought from the start to the finish, we were absolutely scintillating, vintage football. And, well, I think on another day we could have had 5, 6 goals in that stadium alone. And Brentford, I was a little bit underwhelmed by them because they didn't really offer us that much of a threat. And that's due to the fact that players did their jobs yesterday. I.e., for example, William Saliba really kept Ivan Toney quiet. Didn't once really let him out of his pocket. The midfield area, Thomas Partey made a big difference to our flow of play in midfield. When he's there, you can see he sits there and he produces one of those slick forward passes. And Granit Xhaka, what a game he had. In that new number 8 role, he is absolutely flourishing in abundance. He is playing with a freedom, and the most important thing is he's enjoying his football. And that's a lot to say from a man who's been at Arsenal since the last 6, maybe 7 years at the club. So that's saying a lot. Otherwise, I'm going to be getting into my player ratings. I'm going to rate the substitutions, of course. The management will be rated, the ref and the fans. But before I do that yet, I would like you to, excuse me, yeah, here we go. I'd like you to smash the thumbs up like button for me, yeah? Smash them in abundance. I'd like you to share this channel virally all over the globe, yeah? And especially amongst your friends and your relatives. And if you're watching for the first time, welcome on board. But share this channel all over the globe, yeah? Especially to your friends and your relatives. And tell them, whether friends or relatives, to share it amongst their friends and relatives. Let's keep this channel growing. If you've got your own player ratings of your own, if you want to rate the management, the fans, etc., drop it in the chat. Yeah, your views, your opinions, your thoughts of the game from yesterday at the G-Tech Stadium. Leave it in the chat. And last but not least, get subscribing to the channel, yeah? Smash the subscribe button for me, left, right, and center. Gloriously but passionately. Let me see the number of subscribers go onto this channel, yeah? And the reason I say this is because I want to see more than 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, beginning of the new year. So there's still time. We're at September the 19th, 2022. So there's still time. Let's get subscribing. Otherwise, I hope you enjoy this content, and I'm going to fire away. So player ratings we start off with. Ingo and Ramsdale. Well, he didn't have much to do. I mean, ball at his feet, he's always comfortable. Kept a clean sheet, of course, which he deserved in the end, because he never had much to do. Apart from the second half, in the 70th minute, he had to make a good save from a Brentford player. I don't even know the name of that player who had a chance on target, but he came out and smothered the player. And that was during the applause in the 70th minute for Queen Elizabeth. So all in all, I'm going to give him a 7. Benjamin Wright at right back, I thought he was superb. Defensively solid, offensively absolutely equally as solid as he was defensively. Never put a foot wrong, and I don't understand how he's been left out of the England squad, but what do I know? But again, whoops. I thought Benjamin White was absolutely solid. I would give him an 8. Yeah, I'll give him an 8. Can't believe this is happening. There we go. I'll give him an 8 out of 10. William Saliba. Wow, what an impressive performance from him. Absolutely scintillating. He reads the game so well. His pace gets him out of tough situations, and he's so composed on the ball, as you can see with most Arsenal players, past and present. They're always composed on the ball. And for me, he understands the style of play, the philosophy of what Mikel Arteta is demanding of him. And for me, he has got all the tools to go on to be a world-class centre-half. I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. Gabriel dos Santos Magalhães. Much better performance compared to the last 2-3 games where he's been shaky, out of position, and giving the ball away in silly areas. But for me, very composed, defended as aggressive as possible. He was on his game all throughout that game, and he took the game to Mbeumo, and Mbeumo tried to play on the shoulder of him, but he marshalled him well. He had him right in his pocket. Didn't really give him too much of a sniff at goal, apart from one opportunity where he had a header that went wide of the goal. But other than that, he marshalled him well. I would give Gabriel Magalhães an 8. Kieran Tierney, superb. Defensively superb. Switched on. Always spotted danger. And whether he defended well on the ground or well in the air, he was on his A game. Tried to get forward as much as he could. I didn't feel that there was enough offensive play from him or enough support to help Martinelli, but nevertheless, I thought he was all around solid. 7.5 for Kieran Tierney. Right, the midfield area. Of the three, the man who was charged to do the anchor role was Thomas Partey, and you could see how much we missed him. He is a big miss. He controlled everything that we did in that midfield. He allowed Xhaka and Fabio Vieira to do their thing. Interceptions, tackles, complete. His passing rate, completion up to over 90%. Other than that, yeah, he makes our play from. When you talk about transition from the midfield to attack, it's as if we play a lot quicker. We transition a lot quicker with him in the midfield area. So I'm going to give him. I'll give Thomas Partey 8.5. Granit Xhaka, man of the match, 9.5. What a performance! He was tenacious in the tackle, tenacious in the battle. He led well by example, and he wore the captain's armband for a reason. Only in the absence of our club captain Martin Odegaard. But my word, he led by example. Played a forward pass. Even in the opening minute, he was up the final third, teeing up Martinelli, who for me should have taken the opportunity first time instead of taking a touch, and then falling over and getting a shot on target or squaring the shot on target. But other than that, he was everywhere on that pitch, and for me, he gives us a different outlay, especially if you can get a defensive midfielder and you can get Granit Xhaka playing the way he's been playing. He has had a brilliant start to the season and a brilliant game yesterday. For me, he gets a 9.5 out of 10. Fabio Vieira, first 15, 20 minutes, he was a little bit sloppy, looked lost, but he grew into the game and starting to pose himself into the contest. And what a superb goal in the second half! Wow, the goal of the match for me. Absolutely, the goal of the match. The way that he took his opportunity. We hit them on the attack, and Saka lays it off to Vieira, and Vieira unleashes with his second touch. And my word, David Raya, no chance. 3-0, game, set, and match. For me, other than that, I did say he grew into the game after the first 15, 20 minutes, and he started to display a bit of quality. And he started to display his quality, not even a bit of it. There was quality coming out of him after the first 15, 20 minutes. And then he imposed himself, and what a strike from over 20 yards out. I'm going to give him a 7. The attackers. Let's start off with Bukayo Saka on the right. Very decent game. Direct as per usual. Track back and helped Ben White as much as he could. And gave Brentford a food for thought. He gave them something to think of. And at times there were 2 to 3 Brentford players on him, but he still managed to do his thing. I mean, still only 21, people forget as well. He's still a young man. 21, just turned. I'm going to give him a 7.5. Gabriel Martinelli, maybe a little bit less effective, but one thing for sure, he does cause all sorts of problems as such. In places, he was running directly at the right back. His end product from crossing positions could be a lot better. But other than that, he was always looking to pose himself on the game, and he worked tirelessly hard defensively, helping Kieran Tierney out. I'll give him a 7. Gabriel Jesus, he's getting an 8. What a performance again. Led the front line really well. Balls in the air. He physically took the battle to Ben Mee as such, and Aya, the Danish defender. And for me, in the second half especially, he's up against 2 Brentford defenders. They get the ball of him, and then he's gone back in with a tackle, fair and square, got the ball, and forced a good save from Raya. And Raya made another save before that opportunity where he's played a 1-2. He's in the box, and Raya's made another good save. And with Bukayo Saka, I forgot to say, he made a good save from him. So another day, we could have had 6 goals, maybe 7 possibly. But nevertheless, good performance from Gabriel Jesus. And for me, he brings that fire into the attacking area, into our attacking play. And without him, I would be extremely worried. He gets an 8 out of 10. The substitutions. Who was the first to come on? It'll come to me. All right, let's start off with Takahiro Tomiyasu. He came on for Ben White. With little time, all he had to do is keep things steady and solid, and that's something he was brought on to do. Other than that, I'm going to give him a standard 5. Eddie Nketiah, he came on, had a cameo. He had a little impact in the game. Gave Brentford a food for thought, and he's running directly at the Brentford defenders, as well as tracking back as well and putting in tackles. So I'll give him a standard 5. Albert Mboya Sambi Lokonga came on, put himself about, committed the first foul of the game, even though he's just come on. But on the ball, yeah, just kept it basically as simple as possible. So I'll give him a 6. The two youngsters, start off with McQueenos. He's come on. You can't really mark him as such because he only had 2 minutes to come on and make an impact. But he came on and just to be the player that will kill time off. And last but not least, Ethan Neri. What a moment for him. Only 15 years of age, year 11 student, and he's come on to play for the Arsenal. Looks like he'll have a good excuse or good enough reason to tell the teachers why he didn't submit his homework. Other than that, man, I'll have to give him a special. I'll give him a 10 for the special moment that he's come on and shown a couple of good touches as well. So, the future bodes well for him. And I think he is both footed. So that's an exciting but promising, maybe exciting prospect to look forward to viewing in years to come by. So remember the name, Ethan Nwaneri. If I've pronounced his name wrong, then do correct me. Right, Mikel Arteta, superb setup, 4-3-3, press from the front, and we pressed from the front to give Brentford no room for manoeuvre. I think it done the world of good, and you can see how much of the fixture how much of the game that we controlled from start to finish, especially while we had the ball. Good intellect play by the Arsenal, especially in the midfield area, where Granit Xhaka had a very good game. You could see how well we controlled things at the back, and in attack, we were absolutely ruthless in taking Brentford apart, and the defensive shape up, absolutely splendid to watch. And yeah, Mikel Arteta's tactics, he's his views on the game, not just his views, but his tactics and his whole knowledge of the game. You can see that he was all attention to detail. I'm going to give Mikel Arteta a 10 out of 10. Who else? The referee. I thought there was not much to say about the referee, but other than that, he got the two Arsenal bookings right. Granit Xhaka and Jesus. Unnecessary challenges from both of them. Jesus with a tactical foul. Xhaka with an unnecessary foul. But it didn't do enough to take the Man of the Match award away from him, in my view. But other than that, there may have been one, if not two, moments where a Brentford player should have been booked, but I'm going to give him a 7, just about. The Arsenal fans, 10 out of 10. 12 o'clock kickoff. Some of them would have got up early in the morning just to make the trip from wherever they live, and make the trip they did. Fill up their ticket allocation where they were sitting at the away end, and yeah, they did very well. They got behind the team. Good following, good outing all round. So Arsenal fans, 10 out of 10. So that concludes my review. Other than that, this is the day of the Queen Elizabeth II funeral, and may she rest in eternal peace. For myself and I, DLG repping. Other than that, I'd like to say, ladies and gentlemen, to the boys, to the girls, from the bottom of my heart, thank you for listening. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for watching. Saving the best to last, as you know, as I always do. Thank you so much for putting up with me. I'll be here again, hopefully later on. If I can do another content, I will provide you another content. If not, it will have to be tomorrow afternoon. Until then, Take care of your friends. Do take care of your families. Do take care of yourselves, which is important. Peace, love, and bless again. And don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Please do that all for me, yeah? And on top of that, yeah, DLG repping. You know we're going to talk again. That's for definite, 100%. So remember, please, always just be nice.